Hey guys, today I have a new update for my whole collection, Project Pan. I'm so excited to be filming this. We have a few rollouts and let's get into it. So if you haven't been watching this series, I did change it up a little bit this year since this is just the first update. This year, what I am doing is I am randomly selecting 10 items, and my goal for everything, for the most part, my goal is to use it 20 times or hit pan, whichever comes first for those items, like if there even is a pan. But if I hit pan before 20 uses, I can roll it out then. Now, the other thing that I have going on in this project is if I roll an eyeshadow, like a pressed eyeshadow, powdered eyeshadow, not a cream, not a pigment, not a liquid, just a regular eyeshadow. If it's in a palette, or even if it's just a single, I'm going to use it 10 times. Now, if it's in a palette, I will use the entire palette 10 times. It doesn't matter what shade. And then we can roll it out then. So that is like all my rules. Oh, also, I have a max of 2 items per each category in at a time. So that is all the rules. Let's get into our progress. Our first item we rolled in, we're gonna just go in order of how they rolled in, was my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade IRL. And I already had pan on this, but this is what it looked like. Nugget just jumped on a wall somewhere. Oh, there she is. She likes to do that. I don't know why. She likes to jump up walls. I'm sure you've seen it in videos if you follow along. She does it all the time. She's so weird. Okay, so anyway, this is what the shade IRL looked like before. And here's what it's looking like today. I love this color. I do have it on today, just tapped lightly over top of the rest of my eyeshadow. It's kind of hard to tell. I have another one of the products in here today. There's a lot going on, but we'll talk about it more when we get to that. But I have this tapped like kind of more in the inner half. I really love this. I've used it 5, 6, 7. I've used this 8 times, which is pretty good for only a month. It is so pretty. It's like a brown based green and there's like gold in it. It's just really pretty. One of my favorites. And this is so creamy. And I've had this for a really long time, but it like feels fresh and like just, it's so nice. I just really like it. I'm enjoying having it out, so I won't have an issue getting to 20 uses on this one, but I'm just gonna use it whenever I want to use it and not try to like blow through it. So we're at 8 uses. My goal is 20. The next item that I rolled in is actually a palette. I rolled in the Hip Dot C-Note palette, and this was brand new in my collection. I had never used it before. So I was excited to roll this in, and my goal for this palette is 10 uses on any shade in the palette. Again, I don't even remember exactly what shade rolled in, but when I roll in a palette, like I said, it's gonna be just 10 uses for the entire palette, whether I use one shade or I use just a whole look with the entire palette. That is my goal for palettes. But this is what the palette, did I take a close-up of the palettes? I don't think I did. I'm going to start taking close-ups of the palettes when they roll in. But yeah, I don't think I took close-ups of the palettes. I don't remember why. I think I just forgot. But anyway, palettes are going to be, I say this now, like, but more like of a slower process. I say that, but I do have good progress on my palettes. But I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes that I'm trying to use, and I'm like trying to just rotate through them kind of evenly. So I'm just like sharing the love more this year, and that is like one of my main goals. But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about right now. This palette, again, like I said, I didn't do a close-up of it, but I'll start doing that now when I roll in new palettes. But this is what it's looking like. I've used it 4 times, which is pretty good. I do have some of shades on today. You guys, hold on, let me hold it the right way. I hit pan on Bedrock, which is so exciting. That's not even the point of this project, but I was able to hit pan on Bedrock. Now, it was easy because when I got this palette, when it was sent to me, there was like a crack kind of in the side. So it wasn't that close, or it wasn't that far away from pan, but I was able to hit pan on that shade. I've been really enjoying this palette. I haven't dug into any of the blues yet, but I've used every single of these like neutral shades. And I've been using these two in the crease a ton. I actually have this one in the crease today. I have this on like, it was like on the inner part. I have so much going on my eyes that you won't be able to tell. But I have this on like the inner corner, or like the inner half of the lid. And then I had these two mixed together on the lower lash line. But I've been playing with these a lot, and I really like these two shimmers. I really enjoy these two crease colors, and then this is good. I've been using this to deepen the outer corner a lot. The yellow gold, I'm just really not a yellow gold person, but I did use that one once. But it's really just not like an everyday kind of color for me. I really love this one, like these two. They're so pretty. But I do want to play with the blues a little bit. It'll probably be in a video because I can't really make that work for everyday life. But we have 4 uses on this palette. I'm really excited. Let's do just a few swatches. I don't want to be here forever, so we'll do the 2 mattes that I've been using in the crease. This is Bedrock, what I hit pan on, and then the other shade, Ojos. I don't know how to say that. It's OJOS. Okay, and then we'll do Limestone and Cave. These are the 2 lid shades I've been liking. That's Limestone and Cave. Really pretty, like kind of grungy, like natural looking colors. I don't know. I just really like it. I have been enjoying it, and I've been pairing it quite a bit with the Super Shock Shadow IRL. But that is my progress so far for this one. We hit a pan. Oh my gosh. But 4 uses on this guy. We have to use that 6 more times. My next item is another palette. This is the Rose Gold Nudes palette from Beauty Treats. This, yeah, okay. Again, I didn't take a close-up of this palette either, which I should have because I have like visible progress in this palette. I was able to use this one all 10 times. I had a blast reaching for this palette. It was perfect for just everyday neutrals. And I really liked it. You guys, I hit a bonus pan in this shade here. I don't know, you can see the pan, but I have a really good dip going in there. So I hit pan in that shade. I used the mattes a ton. Like I know I used pretty much every shade in this palette, but I used this one a lot. I used this one a lot. It already had pan. This one I used a ton. I use this as a lid shade a lot. There's like a pretty good dip going in there. Like I probably could have kept going to hit pan on that one because it was a really nice color. I used even these like red mattes quite a bit. What else? I have a little dip started in this guy. And then I reached around for quite a bit of this palette, but those were like the ones I reached for the most, I guess. But it's so pretty, it's really nice, and I really enjoy it. But let's do just a few swatches of this palette. This is the shade I hit pan on, a really light swatch of it, but there's that. And this shade, I have a pretty good dip going. It's a very similar color. And then here is that terracotta-y like crease color. But yeah, I really enjoyed having this out. I'm excited for it to potentially get rolled into another project and just continue to work on this. I could hit pan on these shades really easy. So yeah, I really enjoyed having this one out, but it's our first roll out for this project. I was able to reach for this palette 10 times. The next item we had rolled in was a lip product. This is the Wet n Wild Velvet Matte Lip Color from the Fergie collection. It's in the shade Plum New. I can't say it. I had trouble last time. But it's a plummy color. I don't actually have this on today, but it's very similar. that is what it looks like. It's more of a pinky than you would like kind of think. But I did wear this 4 times. So we got a little bit going there. I do have this marked on the paper so we can track if it goes down at all, but it didn't go down at all this update. I've kind of just been like dabbing, not like fully wearing it, but kind of dab a little bit to add a little bit more of a darker pinky kind of color to my look, and I've been liking it like that. That's kind of what I'm just gonna keep going as, and we'll see how long it takes me to get to 20. The next item we have is a blush. This is from Tarte in the shade Blushing Bride, and we used this one 5 times. So here's what it looked like before. And here's what it's looking like today. Probably like basically the same. Yeah, we're not really gonna see much wear. Maybe like the pattern will wear off a little bit, but I'm using like a pretty fluffy brush, so it's not like it's like scraping at it. But yeah, 5 uses on this guy. We're like a quarter of the way there. A quarter, not really a quarter, but a fourth? No, one. I don't know, whatever. Okay, so there is that color right there. These go really good together because they're kind of like the same like tone. But I really like this blush. I have a lot going on for blush though, so I've only like kind of slowly rotated it in. Like I kind of mentioned before, I'm trying to use a little bit of everything. So 5 uses on this guy, and I'm really enjoying it still. Next item we have is a lipstick from my lipstick palette, and it was shade number 27. Here is what it looked like last time. Here is what it looks like today. Again, I don't have this on today, but it's very similar. I did only wear this 1 time, but that's what it looks like. I keep forgetting about this because I have it in like my depotted palettes. Just keep forgetting to pull it out, but I need to start because it's really pretty, especially like for winter, and it's a very close color to the lip liner that I'm using right now. But 1 use on this guy. We'll keep going on it. It'll just kind of be done when it's done. Again, our goal is 20 or hit pan. It's gonna be 20 because this is like a very thick pan. The next item we had rolled in was an eyeliner. This is the Cargo Swimmables Pebble Beach eyeliner. It's like a dark chocolatey brown. There it is right there. And again, my goal is 20 uses. I was able to use it 20 times. I used it like every single day this month, either on the lower lash line, the waterline, the top line, at least one of those. I used it on the waterline a ton. But yeah, I really enjoyed using this, but I'm ready to put it away. That way I can get back to using my eyeliners for my eyeliner project pan that I'm doing. It's No Liner Left Behind. But yeah, 20 uses on this guy. I did have to sharpen it, I think once or twice. So we do have some progress on the paper, but this guy is going to roll out. Let me show you the progress. We have a pretty good little chunk was used up right there. So I'm pretty proud of that. Liners take forever, so any little chunk is good to me. But that one will be rolling out of this project. The next item we had is the Ciate Shadow Flip liquid eyeshadow, and what was the shade? Ember. Now I talked about it in the intro that I might do this, but I ended up scraping all the product out, so this is empty because it was completely dried up. I just kind of took the stopper out, and I took my little metal spatula in there, scraped it all out into this little jar. So this is what we're working with. I don't want to spill it. There's not a ton in there. This is the eyeshadow I have on today. I really wanted to get a use on this. It was my only use, so 1 use on this. And like, I don't know how I feel about it all over the lid. It's kind of hard to tell because I have other things topped on top of it because it's really dark, but it is like a red shifting to green color. It's pretty, but like, it's just not really my thing. There's like a really light swatch of it, red to green. But I think I'm gonna get my uses on it as an eyeliner, and I'll wear it like kind of on the lower lash line. Maybe that will look good, because I'm just really like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. It's dark for me to wear to work. That's why I haven't worn it yet until today. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you guys have that product and how you got your use on it. But this packaging is not gonna get tossed. I have it in the jar now. So one use on that little guy. My next item is another little palette. This is Becca Vava Bloom. This is a blush, except I've been wearing it as a highlighter. So this is what it looks like before. Here's the palette today. The shade rolled in is this one, Vava Bloom. And it looks way more pink in the pan. I've actually been wearing it mixed with the highlighter shade. I mix them together and use it as a highlighter. And I've used it 10 times. So we're halfway there. This again is what it's looking like. Some brush strokes, but that's basically it. And there it is right there. So it's very glowy, which is why I'm using it as a highlighter, but it's definitely pink like a blush. So I have it categorized in my inventory as a blush, but I'm definitely using that as a highlighter. But again, mixed with the other shade. So 10 times on that one. I really want to have that one rolled out for next update. And then my last item before we roll in some new items is my Tarte lip gloss in the shade Energy. And I used it 5, 6, 7 times. This is like basically a clear gloss, but I feel like it's one of those color changing glosses that kind of goes pink, but it's really not like that crazy. There's not a lot in here. I used it 7 times, but like I can see all the way to the bottom. So if it's not gone in this project, I don't think it will be gone in this project, but I'll probably roll this into another project to try to finish it. There's Nugget. She's cute. So yeah, there's not a ton of product in here. It would be awesome if I could finish it in 20 uses, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do that. That is everything that is already in this project. This video is taking forever to film. I'm so rambly. Hopefully I can cut it down in editing because it's really long. Okay, I need to stop rambling. It's time to roll in some new items. We had an eyeshadow palette roll out as well as an eyeliner, so I can roll in another eyeshadow, which typically is what rolls in because I have so many eyeshadows. So we'll see what we can get. No blushes because I have 2 blushes, even though I'm using one as a highlighter. I think that's the only restriction. Oh, no lipstick. I have 2 lipsticks. But it'll just be, yeah, no blush, no lipstick. And I can do only 1 eyeshadow. But let me get my number generator ready. Okay, we're gonna pick 2 items. We'll just do one at a time. Okay, 3886. Okay, this is the Ace Beauté Vintage Floral Palette. It rolled in the shade Buttercup, but the shade doesn't matter. I actually have it right here because it's in my Project 5 uses, so I've been wanting to use it. This is the palette, and this was actually in my Panless eyeshadows last year as well. So we will get 10 uses on that guy. I'll show you it in a minute. Let's roll in one more item, no more eyeshadows. Older palette, or older item, A530. Okay. I guess we'll do it. I didn't even know this was in my inventory. Okay, this is the Smashbox Insta Matte Gloss. I'm gonna go grab that and I'll be right back. Okay, so first is the palette. This is the Ace Beauté Floral Vintage palette. My goal is to use this palette 10 times. And I'm excited about that because it's really pretty. And I've been wanting to use it. I actually have it pulled out on my desk to use. So this is the palette. This shade, Esther, was in my Pan Those eyeshadows last year. And let's see, how many uses did I use it last year? I used Esther 13 times last year, and it looks like I haven't even touched it. So I don't think I'm going to be hitting any bonus pans in this one, which I wasn't expecting to in the other ones either. But I'm excited to play around with this palette. There's some really nice mattes in here. And then I know some of these eyeshadow, or some of the shimmers are like a cream to powder formula. I know this one is, because I have used that one. But yeah, these pastellies are just so pretty. I was kind of waiting more for spring to pull this out, but we'll get some use on it. I'm excited to have this one in. I will film a close-up of this one. Okay, and then my other item is this, and I don't know really, I know what to do with it, but I don't know how I'm gonna make it work. This is the Smashbox Insta Matte Lipstick Transformer. This has been in my collection for a really long time and I've never used it. It's a matte lip gloss. So the concept of this is to put it over anything that you want to turn matte. And it's basically just like a silicone that you put over top of your lipstick and it turns it matte. You're not gonna be able to see anything. But yeah, it's basically just like a silicone. 20 uses on this guy, I guess. Let me know if you guys have any ideas of other ways I can use this, because I don't really like matte lips. It feels so uncomfortable. Maybe this won't feel uncomfortable. Maybe it'll feel like a gloss, but it's not going to. It's basically just like a silicone in a bottle. This came with something. I didn't buy this. I don't remember what it came with. But let me know your thoughts of how I can get some use on this. Will it work as like a face primer? I feel like it'll feel disgusting. I don't really like face primers with silicone, but I don't know. Let me know. Maybe I could like just use it up if I find a good way to use it. Let me know your thoughts on this guy, because it's gonna take me a long time to get 20 uses on this. But that is everything for today's update. I hope you guys like this video and definitely stay tuned for next month's update. Hopefully we can have some rollouts really quickly, real quick. I'm hoping to have the Becca palette rolled out, and then maybe the Hip Dot palette rolled out. But nothing else is that close, so we'll see. But that is everything. I hope you guys like this video, and definitely be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.